Baby, tell me if you like it.
Hey y'all, welcome back. So as you can see from the title, today we are going to be talking about lucid dreaming. So I know I haven't talked about any topics like this on my channel, but coming into the new year, like I said, I want you guys to get to know me on all levels, and I'm a lucid dreamer. So yes, if you don't know what lucid dreaming is, it's basically you being aware that you are in your dream. You are aware that you are dreaming, and you can now control the things that are happening in the dream. So let's see. If you want to learn more about it, if you want to learn how to achieve it, or just strengthen your skills, then keep on watching, because I'm going to be talking about all of that today. I'm not really sure the direction of this video, to be honest. I just know I wanted to talk about this topic because for a while I didn't really share with people in my life about my ability to dream and things like that, because I wasn't sure like if I was gonna be looked at as weird or something. But upon moving down here, or after moving down here, I realized a lot of the people I'm coming in contact with share the same things. So spirituality views, the ability to dream, career goals, things like that. I think the universe is just kind of aligning me with people that relate to me, and so I've been finding myself opening up, talking about it, and a lot of people lucid dream. And so I was like, okay, I'm not like a weirdo, you know, like I can actually talk about this with other people and, you know, see how they interpret things, what they dream about, and things like that. So as far as dreaming in general, I know there's like a, how do you say, like a statistic, maybe, I don't know, but some people feel like they don't dream, and that's not true. Everyone has a dream. It's just the ability. And sorry y'all, this, I don't know, but this sun be playing games. Like right now it looks perfectly fine, but on the camera it changes up the coloring. So if y'all notice that in my videos a lot, that is why. Like I use natural lighting, and this should be irky, but okay. So like I was saying, everybody has the ability to dream. It's just having the ability to recall your dreams is kind of hard for a lot of people. Also, what people don't realize is that throughout the night, I know I do, but throughout the night you have more than one dream, because there are times where you may wake up, times that you are aware that you wake up, and times that you aren't. You may shift. Things like that happen throughout the night, which interrupts the dream, and then something else will, you know, start to happen. So for me, I know for the most part, especially if well, for one, because I've been doing it for so long, but for two, especially if I think about it as soon as I wake up, I can recall bits and pieces from each dream. Like I'll be like, okay, I had like 4 dreams, and this happened in this one, this happened in this one, this happened in this one. So, but being lucid is something totally different from just like recalling your dreams when you wake up. Because most of the time, like when you're in a dream, unless there's something really outrageously crazy happening, like you just know you had a dream, you wake up, it's like you get wrapped up in it. You know, you don't really realize like, oh, I'm dreaming right now. Some of us have that ability, which is lucid dreaming, but most people just go to sleep, they dream, they wake up, and that's it. Sometimes they may be like, oh my God, like when they wake up, they realize like, wow, that was a crazy ass dream I had, but they're not really like into it like that. And then there's me. I'm so into like dreaming and stuff, y'all. Like it is something that as I got older, I started really like looking up and stuff like that, because when I was little, I would have really bad like night terrors. Like I had really bad dreams. And so I've always been able to recall my dreams, but it wasn't like I looked forward to going to sleep, especially when I was a kid, because like I would dream about crazy stuff all the time. And then once I got older is when I started dreaming more about realistic things and having vivid dreams where it's like basically like this. It looks like the normal world. So a lot of those dreams will also get me like caught up, because if I'm dreaming like I'm in my house right now and my mom's here and my brother's here and my brother's girlfriend's here, like my brain is making me think like it's real. And my dreams would be that vivid to the point where it's like a real life setting, which is kind of scary. But once you get a hang of it, I think it's something definitely interesting to look into, to kind of not diagnose, but kind of just like figure out what the dreams are telling you and see if there's more to it than what we are exposed to. I feel like it is. I feel like it is one of the most powerful abilities we have as humans, because it's like, think about it. We are able to shut our bodies off, but not die, but be in a sleep state, then go somewhere and then be able to wake up and be back here. Like, if you really think about it, y'all, that is so crazy. Like, it's really crazy, but it's beautiful if you really like indulge in it, if you care. I mean, if you're watching this video, obviously you care a little bit. So I don't know what I should talk about first, like how to become a lucid dreamer or my experience. Maybe I'll talk about how to become a lucid dreamer. So it definitely takes practice if you don't have it naturally. For me, I have it naturally, but I still have to practice sometimes. Like, there's times I go months without becoming lucid because, like I said, my dreams are very vivid. So a lot of times I feel like it's really happening, and then I just get engulfed in the dream. But there are some things you can do. So for beginner, one of the things that you would definitely have to start doing is right before you go to sleep, like just watch a lot of videos about lucid dreaming. Keep telling yourself you're gonna have a lucid dream. It's not gonna happen overnight, but the more you do it right when you're falling asleep, the more you're aware of it, and your subconscious will be like, hey, you know, lucid dream, like snap into it. Another thing is reality checks, and these are really big for me. These really helped me once I started trying to strengthen my ability, because like I said, it's natural, but once I started to strengthen it is when I started doing reality checks. So basically what they are is like things throughout the day that you do to signify that this is real world. That way, if you do it a lot in your dream, you will be conditioned to do it. So like, for example, if you look at the clock or whatever in real life, you look at the time, you see the time, you look away, then you look at the time again. And most likely, if you're not looking like longer than a minute, it's still going to say the same time. Whereas though in a dream, if you look at a clock, it'll say something, and then you look right back at it, it's going to be different. Everything in the dream state is distorted. For a second, it looks normal, but when you are really focusing on something in your dream, it changes. So that's something you can do. Also, poking your hand like this in real life. So obviously your finger is not going to go through your hand, right? And then in your dream state, if you are doing this throughout the day, not just sitting there doing this all day long, but I'm just saying, like, if you are aware to do little things that shows you, hey, this is real life, then in your dream, your subconscious will like automatically go to that. There were times where like I was in a dream, and then all of a sudden I was like, hold up. And then my finger went through my hand. So I'm like, oh, I'm dreaming. And that's when I became lucid. So there are a lot of little reality checks you can do. The other night, my friend actually, because he's been in my dreams a lot lately. I don't know why, but he's been in my dreams. So he was like, hey, what was I wearing? Because most of the time, like when you're in a dream, you don't really pay attention to like the clothes. So I was like, that'll be like a exercise for me. Hopefully I will remember to try to pay attention to what you're wearing, and that will trigger me to become lucid, because I know that was something I talked about in real life. And I did it. Like, it wasn't like in the beginning of the dream, but like halfway through, I like looked at him for a second and was like, oh, what is he wearing? And I became lucid. So like your subconscious is always working. So if you exercise these things a lot, it'll become a lot easier in the dream state to do. For me, I feel like, and this next tip is probably for people that have done it before or do it by accident. This will kind of strengthen it for you. I know for me and a lot of my friends that dream, we go to the same places or see the same people often. So if you do, these are called reoccurring dreams. So like for me, when I was in my relationship, I don't know why, but I would always have a dream about a public bathroom. And it was like weird, like the toilets were shaped weird, the mirrors were shaped weird. Sometimes it was dirty, like extremely dirty. Then like slowly it started being clean. And so like revisiting that place a lot helped me like snap into it, like, wait a minute, this is a dream. I've been here before. So keeping a dream journal in the beginning, I don't, but I think I'm going to start doing that now because like I said, I want to get more into it and kind of dissecting the dreams a little bit. But keeping a dream journal will definitely help you because you'll start to remember places you go. You'll start to remember certain people. And this will help you kind of realize that it's not reality. And then you'll be able to become lucid. So like things you can do when you're lucid. I've flown around before, like all the way up in the sky. I've been to Atlantis, which is like underwater world, I guess. So I've been there. I've had conversations with people like that I've probably wanted to have in real life. I've moved stuff around. Like I was like, I want like, I've decorated a whole house with just like pointing at stuff. It's fun. Please don't look at me weird after this video, like, hold up, who is this girl? But no, seriously, like, I know I'm not the only one, so I feel comfortable that y'all won't judge me on this. But it's really cool, and the more I think about it, the more I want to strengthen it and learn about it, because this is my next point. So I guess that's basically all my tips on like how to become lucid. Really, like, it's just practice. Like everything is practice in this life, and once you start to apply those things, I believe you'll be able to do it. Still, for me, I don't do it every night. I don't work as hard as I probably should on it, but it's something that is achievable. Now, the reason why I also wanted to make this video is because my experience with dreaming in a whole sense, like not just lucid dreaming, but just dreaming in general. And for a while, I've been able to like do stuff like this, but I don't know why recently it has been 10 times more. Like, I'll dream about something and then it will actually happen. And that the other day, yesterday actually, I started crying because I was so overwhelmed by the fact I just dreamt about this particular thing last night, and then it happened the very next day. Like, I was like freaking out. So I was crying a little bit. My mom was asking me like, why are you crying? I'm like, I don't even know. Like, I was just feeling so overwhelmed with emotion because, you know, people wouldn't believe that you like dreamt something and it happened. Like, people think like you're crazy. You know, this topic is such taboo because people don't believe in psychics or the ability to see things. But I know that it's real because I've done it before. So a few of like my experiences with dreaming. So I told you guys a few videos ago that I picked up a new hobby, which is longboarding, right? And so before my friend bought me this board, I had a dream that we went out. Now before, okay, let me go back a little bit. I didn't know that it was a longboard he was going to be teaching me. I thought I was going to be skateboarding. So keep that in mind. So I thought I was going to learn how to skateboard. And I never really knew about longboards before this. I just always knew about skateboards. So I told him I wanted to learn how to skateboard, blah, blah, blah. So he's like, okay, cool, I'm gonna teach you. And so I had a dream that we went out and he was teaching me how to skateboard, but the board in my dream was so long, like longer than a normal skateboard that I've ever seen. And so it was really long and it was wooden. I remember that. And so he was teaching me, and it was like I fell once and then I got back on it, and it was like a really smooth, like curvy ride. It was all of this stuff. So I told him the next day, I'm like, yeah, you know, I had a dream that you was teaching me how to skateboard, but I was like, but the board in the dream was like so long, like I never seen nothing like that before. And he literally started laughing. He was like, yo, he was like, that's because you dreamt about a longboard. He was like, which that's what I'm gonna be teaching you. And I was like, no way. And then get this, y'all. So he ordered me a board. Like, he didn't tell me what it looked like. I gotta show y'all this board. Hold on. Okay. Do y'all see this? Wooden and long. Oh, I can't even fit it in the frame. It's so long. Y'all, I literally was freaking out. Like, yo, this is crazy, insane. That's just one. I mean, I have so many other ones. My other friend was telling me, like, so I had a dream that we went to this amusement park, and we've never been to an amusement park together in real life, so I don't know, like, if he even likes rides or anything like that. And I remember this one part where he was stressing to me that he wanted to sit in the back. He was like, that's where I like to sit. I like to sit in the back. No, I wanted to sit in the middle. He didn't want to sit in the middle. The ride was like already starting. I'm like, look, we gotta go. Whatever you want to do, just go ahead and sit. And so he sits in the back. He don't sit next to me in the row. He sits like further back. So we're sitting next to like complete strangers in the dream, and trying to put our seatbelt on, and it was a mess. So I had told him, like, yeah, you know, I had this crazy dream, you know, that we went to this amusement park, and you just kept fussing with me about sitting in the back. And he started laughing like, yo, I only like to sit in the back. I'm like, nuh-uh. I'm like, no way. He like, yeah, he's like, I never told you that. Like, he was like, how the hell you know that? I'm like, I don't know. And then one of the biggest things, which was the reason why I started crying yesterday, was, so my friend told me that she was expecting about 2 weeks ago, or maybe 3 weeks ago, I'm not sure. And so I had told her, she knows that I dream a lot and a lot of things come true. Those two stories are just one of many, but this video would be so long if I told y'all all the stuff that I dreamt about that actually came to fruition. But so jokingly, when we were leaving lunch, she's like, well, if you ever dream about the baby, let me know, like the sex of the baby. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, whatever. And I don't bring these dreams on, so it's not like I know when they're gonna come. It's just I have them, and then it ends up happening either right after or a little while after, but the event ends up happening. So for like since the lunch, I haven't had no dreams about no babies, and I was just like feeling like, damn, like, you know, I really wanted to maybe see some things or to tell her something, and I hadn't had no dreams. So then last night, not last night because today is today, but the day before, I had a few dreams. Then I woke up, went back to sleep, had one more dream, and I had a dream about a baby, and it was a boy. I remember that. I don't really remember too much. I remember more of the other dreams, but I was watching TV with my mom, and certain things will trigger my memory because, like I said, I have a lot of dreams, so sometimes I forget stuff, but certain things throughout the day will trigger a memory for me that it was a dream that I had. So I saw a baby on TV, and I was just like, wait a minute, like I did have a dream about a baby last night, and it was a boy, and I was trying to remember and trying to tell my mom, like, I'm like, I don't really remember everything, but I know I saw a boy, I saw a baby. And so I was gonna text my friend, but I started doing other stuff, and I forgot to text her, but I was like, you know, I have to tell Tia, like I wanna tell her. And I started doing other things, and I grabbed my phone like maybe an hour later and looked at my phone. It was a text message from her saying that it's a boy, and she just left the sonogram place. and she found out that it's a boy. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I started crying so hard. Like, I was happy because I'm happy for her in general, but I don't know, I was so overwhelmed by the fact that like I literally had that dream that night and woke up and I was going to tell her about it, and she tells me like that was, I didn't know that she was going to be learning the sex that day, like, you know. So I'm telling y'all, like, these things are real. Oh my gosh, it is dark. Where did the sun go? Like, and it's not even that dark right now. This is pissing me off, bro. These things are real, y'all, and I want to kind of talk about it because there's not, I mean, there's videos talking about it, but I don't think it's enough. And I think that it's far more than we know. Maybe they don't want to tell us about this stuff, but I definitely feel like it's something worth looking into. And if you are into it, don't be, you know, ashamed about it. Talk about it, because these things could, I don't know what it could do. It could do a lot. That's all I'm saying. But there is a community out there for it, and so I wanted to definitely share that on my channel and kind of talk about other things that are real to me. And dreaming is something that is really big to me. If you know me, you know I'm a big dreamer. That's all I talk about all day, because I love learning about what certain dreams mean. Certain things could just be plain, or certain things could be hidden messages. And so yeah, I would definitely love to open up a dialogue about that. If you are a big dreamer, a lucid dreamer, leave your, you know, experiences down below. If you want to get into dreaming, and you know, I was kind of all over the place in this video and I didn't really explain too much, then hit me up as well and we could talk about some things. If you keep having the same kind of dream and you want to know what it means, like, hit me up, we can talk about it. So yeah, I want to, you know, end this with, I don't know. I was about to try to say something so like positive and cute, but then my brain just went, so I have no idea. But hopefully you guys stuck to the end of the video. Hopefully it interests you and it kind of sparks something in you to learn more about it. And like I said, don't be, you know, ashamed or whatever to talk about it, because more people are into it than you think. That's what I'm learning. So yeah, hope this video was fun to watch, because I don't even know if it was helpful at this point. But I will leave all like the steps and the tips in the description box, like actually really write it out so that you guys can practice it if you want. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next one. Bye.